Oh yeah, and I forgot to catch the top of this. You can see this is in ancient Egyptian. All right, so it's all these same things that are like translated in here, all these different languages. We got ancient Egyptian up at the top here, right? We got Arabic, Chinese, and what is this? This is like something, I guess, something about the sunset. You can see through the. Let's see. The sun is already set, but I guess that was for when the sun was setting. All right, got the Greek up there. Alright, all these, the Sanskrit going. I mean let's see, the Hindi, I guess. So it says what the languages are over here. Let's see. Yep, Sanskrit, hieroglyphs. All right, then we got the cuneiform. All right, so at the top, right here, we've got the ancient Egyptian. All right, then we got the cuneiform right here, right, Sumerian stuff. All right, and then we got the Greek up top. All right, boom. All right, so we're at the Georgia Guidestones. And so I'm going to start off by reading this. So for those that don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, it's a big monument that's in North Georgia. All right, and I'm going to start reading what's on here. All right, so let's see. It says, the Georgia Guidestones Center Cluster erected on March 22nd, 1980. All right, and on one side is Babylonian cuneiform. On the north side, right here, we have, you see it says the north side, that little N at the top above the A, between the A and the G. On the north side, it says Babylonian cuneiform on the north side. And then I guess on the east side, we have classical Greek. All right, and then on the south side, we have Sanskrit. And on the west side, we have Egyptian hieroglyphics. All right, so we're at the Georgia Guidestones right now. All right. And let's see. So we're going to read this. So we have the astronomic features. One channel through stone indicates celestial roll. Horizontal slot indicates annual travel of sun. Sunbeam through capstone marks noontime throughout the year. So to everybody that's just tuning in, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. The author was R.C. Christian, it's a pseudonym, and the sponsors, a small group of Americans who seek the age of reason. Time capsule placed 6 feet below the spot to be opened on, doesn't say the date, to be opened on, but maybe let's go over here. So it says physical data. So everybody that's tuning in now, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. So let's see, physical data, overall height 19 feet 3 inches, total weight 237,746 pounds. Wow. 4 major stones are 16 feet 4 inches high, each weighing on an average of 42,437 pounds. The center stone is 16 feet 4 inches high, weighs 20,957 pounds. The capstone is 9 feet 9 inches long, 6 feet 6 inches wide, 1 foot 7 inches thick. It weighs 24,832 pounds. And once again, everybody that's just tuning in, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. So this is a big, giant monolithic structure that was built in 1980 in Georgia, North Georgia. All right, and then it says supporting stones. The base is 7 feet 4 inches long, 2 feet wide, 1 foot 4 inches thick, each weighing an average of 4,875 pounds. The supporting stone base feet 4 feet 21 inches long, 2 feet 2 inches wide. I don't have to read all that. Number 8, it's 951 cubic feet of granite. Number 9 is granite quarried from the pyramid of quarries located 3 miles west of Elberton, Georgia. So the Guidestone languages here, there's a bunch of languages written on all these tablets, right? So we have Russian, Chinese on one side. The other side is English and Spanish, right? So I guess that's like Asia, English and Spanish. I guess that's like Western Europe. Then we have Swahili and Hindi. So that's like Africa, India, right? Then we have like Middle East, I guess, Arabic and Hebrew, some of the major languages in the world. So it says additional information available at Elberton Granite Museum and Exhibit. All right, so now we finished that part. So yeah, these are the Georgia Guidestones right here. And we're going to actually look at these, and we're actually going to read these. Now, I can't read in these other languages, but I'm going to read the English version. All right, so let's see, at the top it says maintain humanity under 500. Let's see, that's 1,000, that's 1,000,000. So 500 million. So it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Because right now, we know there's about 1.6 billion people in China. So that's less than the people that are in the world right now. But this was built in 1980. So I guess we hadn't reached maybe 500 million yet. But so let's see. It says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason, protect people, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts, let all the nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court, avoid petty laws and useless officials, balance personal rights with social duties, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite, be not a cancer on the earth, leave room for nature, leave room for nature. And then all these other ones, I guess they say the same thing. They're all, in the different languages here. So we see this one. This is the one that's in Russian. All right, so all the Russian people in the house can read this. So it's basically the same thing. All right, so we're at the Georgia Guidestones. So this is the Russian version. All right, the Russian tablet, and we just read the English tablet. All right, and then at the top we've got the looks like Sanskrit up there. Cuneiform, right? The cuneiform one, Sumerian, right? And we're going to go on the other side. Let's see, the other side of this Russian one, I think it's Chinese. Yep, so this is Chinese right here. All right. And we got the Arabic version. So everybody that's just coming in, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. Oh, shout out to Matthew in the house, all the way from France. All right, so we got this is the Arabic version. All right. And yeah, Matthew, I'm actually about to start getting into concrete, making art out of stone. I'm about to start making some, stone TTM stuff. So yeah, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. So everybody is coming in the house. So this is the one that's in Hebrew on the other side of Arabic. All right, and then this is the one. This is in Hindi, right? So this is the Indian one. All right. And then the other side, I think it's Swahili on the other side. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So this is Swahili. I can't read Swahili, but that's Swahili over there. All right, we see that. So that's the Swahili side. And up top, looks like Greek. We got some Greek up top. All right, and I didn't see the other sides of the up top up here. Let me go up here. That looks like up top there. I can't even tell what this is, but it'll say what it is. It looks like it's definitely can't tell what that is. All right, so then over here we got Spanish, right? So it says mantener la humanidad a menos de 500 million en equilibrio perpetuo con la naturaleza, guiar sabiamente a la reproducción, mejorando de la condición y diversidad de la humanidad, unir la humanidad con una nueva lengua viviente, gobernar la pasión, la fe, la tradición y todas las cosas con la razón templada, proteger a los pueblos y naciones con leyes imparciales y tribunales justos, permitir a todas las naciones que se gobiernen internamente, resolviendo las disputas externas en un tribunal mundial, evitar leyes mezquinas y funcionarios inútiles, balancear los sorry if I'm chopping up Spanish, but balancear los derechos personales con las obligaciones sociales, valorar la verdad, the truth, la belleza, el amor, buscando la armonía con el infinito, no ser un cancero en la tierra, cancer of the earth, dejarle espacio a la naturaleza, dejarle espacio a la naturaleza. So basically, this is saying, we're going to go back over here. All right. So this is saying, this is basically saying that we've got to keep the world's population under 500,000 people. 500 million people. And we already have, this was 1980. I'm going to look up how many people were actually here in 1980 on Earth. But, what's really interesting about this is that they say that within the Grand Canyon, everybody on the whole Earth can actually fit in the Grand Canyon. So I disagree with this. I disagree with this idea of maintaining humanity under 500 million people. I don't think that humans are overpopulating the earth. I think that, we can build super tall structures. We can build all different types of technologies. There's a lot of land that still hasn't been used. So, I would have to say I pretty much disagree with the premise of what this statement is stating, because they're basically saying that this is kind of like population control. And I'm a proponent of non-population control. If people know, like with places like the CCP and other places and whatnot, when they're only letting, their nationals have one kid, it kind of relates to this, because a lot of, and they're also saying that, everything should be tried in a world court. And I'm not against the idea of, international courts. I think that's great. Right now it's Den Haag. And, as I've shown before in Den Haag, they have the Zwarte Piet parades. I'll show some images of that and stuff, Zwarte Piet. So I would say that they're kind of biased, obviously, in Den Haag. So, maybe international courts could be somewhere else that's not biased. But, as far as 500 million, we've already surpassed that. So, if we've already surpassed 500 million, then, the idea of this statue is kind of saying that we need to reduce the population. And given we got a worldwide pandemic right now that's reducing the population, many people feel that population control is and genocide and unnecessary warfare and all that type of stuff kind of all relates with this. And so some people feel that this is kind of like an ode to like kind of a new world order type of a thing. And my opinion on the matter is that people should be able to have as many babies as they want. People should definitely be able to have as many kids as they want, as many babies as they want. I don't think people should be like limited to 500 million, because right now if we're talking about population, you know, India already has more than 500 million people, and China already has more than 500 million people. So, you know, they're saying that the Earth should, you know, only have this many people. So that's kind of like a, you know, I would say kind of a, it's kind of like eugenics, genocidal type of a fantasy kind of. And, you know, and I would say that this is a, you know, it's great that somebody, you know, put all these languages together and things like that. But, you know, I would say that, you know, now that we've surpassed this population-wise, you know, we don't really, you know, this is kind of a dangerous concept. The idea of, you know, maintaining humanity under the rate that we already have it, right? Because it's like we've already surpassed this number. So, you know, this is very kind of very dangerous. Now, all these other tenets, you know, let's look at these other ones. So we just talked about the population control. That's the first line. And then guide reproduction wisely. So, you know, if people want to talk about, you know, Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, and the history of all that type of stuff, that's what makes me think of that. When I see the second line, this is guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. And so improving fitness and diversity could kind of relate to Darwinian, social Darwinism, saying that, you know, we should be, you know, the survival of the fittest, you know. And social Darwinism has led to, you know, eugenics and, you know, because if they're saying the fittest, that means it's like, hey, if you can't get on board, you're not fit enough, then you're going to be obsolete. And I think that's a very dangerous concept. I think to say that people, you know, can be obsolete if they're not fit enough, you know, I think we should, you know, and that's the same if you're not, people are disabled or have disabilities and they're not fit, you know, that's kind of what was happening within, you know, the camps in Germany during World War II, and, you know, people that had disabilities, people that didn't fit into whatever people thought was fit for whatever they felt was fit. Those people were taken from this earth, you know, sadly. And so unite humanity with the living new language. You know, that could happen naturally. You know, maybe that could happen naturally. Let's look at the next line, rule of passion. But you know, that line as well, uniting humanity with one language, could also be looked at as kind of like a new world order type of a thing. You know, and also it's important to note that, you know, George Bush the First made his New World Order speech on I believe it was September 11th, 1991 or 1990. Actually, I think it was 1990. So it was 10 years exactly after this was made. It says, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with temperate reason. All right, that makes sense. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. All right, now let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. That's pretty much what's already happening. That's what a nation is, being able to have your own laws within that nation. Avoid petty laws and useless officials, right? That's not a bad thing, right? Balance personal rights with social duties. Now, balancing personal rights with social duties, yeah, that makes sense in form as far as like a Republican. You know, that's what a republic is. A republic is putting you know, putting the needs of the nation over the needs of the individual. All right, so we're finishing up this video. My batteries ran out. I forgot to charge. But yeah, so we're here at the Georgia Guidestones, and I just read through, in the last video, I just read through everything on these stones pretty much. And, you know, and I'll just give you my thoughts on it. So we're going to go back to that stone that where the battery died. So I'm going to flip back over. All right, so to everybody that's just coming in the room, this is the Georgia Guidestones Center Cluster erected March 22nd, 1980, right? And this is the actual monuments. And this is basically like a monument that was erected to promote kind of like New World Order, population control type of a thing. It says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature, but we know for a fact that we're over 500 million now, and we're, we can be in balance with nature. Obviously, there's a lot of environmental problems, but they say that the whole everybody in the world can actually fit in the Grand Canyon. Like if you put every single person in the world and pile them on top of each other, we could all fit in the Grand Canyon. That means there's a lot of space for people in the world. That means that we can fit billions and billions and trillions and trillions and trillions of people on Earth. It's just, things like maybe meat eating or, deforestation, things like that. Fukushima, just people destroying the Earth, that's the problem. It's not the population that's the problem. So they're trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, mothers in North Nigeria having 17 babies, they're a problem. But no, that's not a problem. People should be able to have as many babies as they want. All this eugenics, population control, New World Order stuff is kind of, you see that as kind of manifesting now with COVID and everything. And, so a lot of people, this is tucked away, hidden in Georgia. We had to drive really, really far to actually find this place. I've always heard about this, and I've always seen this in conspiracy theory videos and stuff like that. But this is the actual place, the actual location of the Georgia Guidestones. And we're going to come over here and just read this last tablet that we didn't get to read before. So I'm going to walk over here. This is a tour of the Georgia Guidestones. There go some horses over there. But yeah, I'm totally against population control. I think people should be able to have as many babies as they want. I don't believe in, sterilization and all the, Margaret Sanger, eugenics type of stuff. Let's see, the Georgia Guidestones. The story of the Georgia Guidestones began in June 1979 when a stranger identified as Mr. Christian, later R.C. Christian, visited Joe H. Findley, Sr., president of Elberton Granite Finishing Company, Incorporated, indicated that he represented a group of loyal Americans living outside the state of Georgia who wanted to build a monument focused on the theme of conservation, aka eugenics. I'm adding that in there. Mr. Christian, who had assumed that this pseudonym because he was a Christian, named Wyatt C. Martin, president of the Granite City Bank, as intermediary to hold funds in escrow for the project, explaining that the Guidestones group, which wished to remain anonymous forever, had selected Georgia because of its excellent granite, mild climate, and the heritage of his great-grandmother as a native Georgian. Christian agreed to Martin's request to locate the monument in Elbert County if there were a suitable remote site for it, which they found on a hillside that is the highest point in Elbert County, on the farm of Mildred and Wayne Mullenix, north of Elbert, and on Highway 77. Findy's company carved the 6-part monument from pyramid blue granite. The Georgia capstone, measuring 19 1/4 feet in height. At the highest peak, the stone group measures 17 1/3 feet width, and its diameter is 65 feet. I'm sure all these numbers have some weird symbolism. The overall weight of the 951 cubic feet of granite used in the 237,746 pounds. A ground marker west of the Guidestones provides additional data and covers a buried time capsule. Each of the 4 sides of the capstone features the statement of cautionary guidance to humankind, translated in Babylonian cuneiform. To everybody that's coming in, we're at the Georgia Guidestones. In Babylonian cuneiform, classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphics, to let these be guidestones to reason below. The guidelines are carved into 8 faces of the 4 outer stones in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. In English, the guidelines specify the following, and this is all the New World Order, eugenics kind of stuff. Maintain humanity under 500,000 in perpetual balance with nature. Right? I totally disagree with that. The guide reproduction. Oh, we don't have to read this over. I've read this twice, and I read it once in Spanish. But yeah, that's basically it. So we're here at the Georgia Guidestones, and that's it. All right, yo, peace, everybody. Wait, let me flip this around. Let me flip the camera. All right, so yeah, peace, y'all. That's it. TTM Academy. Peace, everybody. It's DJ Radon. Peace.